Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Burris. I'm representing the family here. And first I want to thank all of you for continuing your support for Derrick and his family. Continuing your support for Derrick and his family is very, very important that the community stand up and let their outrage be heard, because police shootings themselves are very hurtful to the community and especially to the family. And if you yourselves don't demonstrate that you care about it, I assure you that the public officials will not as well. There are a lot of factual issues that I'm dealing with in terms of the case itself, but I can only tell you that this case started out as a basic racial profiling. Derrick and his friend had not done anything. The police officer essentially stopped them, wanted to check them out, to ask questions of them. They had not committed a crime. It's classic racial profiling. So the police were committing a crime at the very outset. And so when Derrick ran from them, for whatever reason, he shouldn't have been stopped in the first place. In terms of what actually happened, those are factual questions that we have to work out in the lawsuit itself. But Derrick should not be dead. And this police officer panicked when he shot Derrick, and from my way of thinking, he should be held accountable, and the department should be held accountable, as well as all city officials. That can only happen, one, through the lawsuits, which I'm working on, and from all of you who continually press the point. It is very important that the public in this community and elsewhere know that the community will not stand for it. They will stand up, they will speak out. Unfortunately, police shootings are occurring at a rapid rate around the Northern California area. Not only in Oakland and Vallejo and Stockton and Sacramento, places that I have been very recently and looking at police cases, these shootings seem to be on the verge at a very high rate. And so something is amiss, and it's up to the community itself now to cause for a halt in this. No one says that police officers should endanger themselves and trying to do their work, but they should not themselves initiate circumstances that create a conflict and then shoot themselves out of it and then say it's justification. If someone is doing bad things, then obviously they have to be held accountable. But Derrick was not doing a bad thing when he was stopped that night, and that he was chased. Ultimately he was tripped up, knocked down, and ultimately he was shot and killed. He was 14 years old. He did not deserve to die. So I respect all of you for coming out not only here, but continuing to show your support. And be mindful when you read about these police shootings in the newspapers and other places. Do not be so quick to accept the public account of them. The police officers will always try and demonize the person who has been killed, and at the time they killed the person, they did not know of the background. But the purpose is to keep you from caring about that person as a human being. I just finished a case today in the federal district court, and it was a mentally impaired person. And the defense's whole argument that my person was not worth anything because he was a person who had used drugs, he was bipolar, he was taking all kinds of medications, and he brought it upon himself. So that's always going to be the argument that is made, and you as the public community should not ever accept the police version without having some way to verify it. Do not accept it. It has to be verified before you can accept it as being true. So I respect all of you for coming out and demonstrating your support, and that reflects that you care about what happened to Derrick, and you care about the kind of police activities that occur in your community. All police officers obviously are not bad, but there are police officers who do bad things, and it's up to us to hold them accountable. So your being out here is basically saying, we're going to hold you accountable when you do bad things. This is a case where bad things happen, and it's important to hold them accountable. That's my task, but it's also all of your task as well as a members of this community. So thank you again for coming out.